Hi, I'm Irving, and I'm an Adamaniac. In Part 1, the Riddler was making his own silent film version of The Perils of Pauline, complete with a heroine actually named Pauline. The whole thing was a gambit to trap Batman and Robin, and he managed to get Robin. Now he has him slowly moving toward the buzzsaw in the old sawmill, and a convenient stud-leaf on good guy is nowhere to be found. Whatever will Robin do? Meanwhile, Batman was trying to restore order at a party for rich snobs in which the Riddler spiked everybody's lemonade with temper tonic and started a huge brawl. He gives Commissioner Gordon his universal drug antidote, then heads out to try and find out what happened to Robin. Gordon feels a need to follow him out and apologize for his behavior, apparently oblivious to the fact that Batman has much more pressing matters to think about than someone else's manners.
What the blazes? Great Scott, Batman! Look, up there, a parachute blossoming. A bear like a fallen tree?
They both lie down and don't want to get up again.
Easy. A bear lumbers and a fallen tree becomes lumber.
It heard him! That's how it knew when to fire the second one.
Good grief, another one! Why is silk like grass? Even easier. You measure both by the yard. Lumber? Yard?
Come on, you can do it. Just a little bit more.
The Gotham Lumber Yard. That must be where he's holding Robin.
Good boy! It only took you 10 seconds to put lumber and yard together into lumber yard. You're improving.
Goodbye, Commissioner. Speed to headquarters. I'll call you if I need help.
Gordon's just a regular guy, so he can only speed. As we saw in the last episode, Batman and Robin race. Batman gets to the mill and starts looking for Robin.
You may hiss the villain now, Batman.
I'll do better than that, Riddler.
Question. When is a man a stupid relative, huh?
I've had enough of your murderous riddles.
Surprise! This is what is known in the film game as a two-parter. Look!
Instead of just hopping up there and pummeling him into submission, Batman has to try and climb slowly and menacingly, all the while glaring into Riddler's eyes. And all the Riddler would have to do is take his foot and go boop, and Batman is on his butt on the floor. Great strategy, crime fighter. He just,
When is a man like a stupid relative? When he's a mannequin?
The narrator did say at the end of Part 1 that Batman wouldn't get there in time.
Robin? Riddler? Stop! Surrender! Give yourself up! By all that's holy, I might forget myself and do you violence!
Batman do violence? Perish the thought! Oh, he means to a woman. Yeah, that is kind of a thing for him, so he must really be upset.
My name is Pauline. My lawyer's name is Mr. Oliver Wendell. Why don't you look him up and buzz him?
No use, Batman. She's hard as nails.
Knows her legal rights, too.
She also knows the rules of the 1966 TV censors. She's being very careful not to show her navel in that outfit.
A frustrated would-be actress. A star that was never born. Venting your disappointment on society. Only one thing to do, Commissioner. Take her to the Batcave and work on her.
He wants Commissioner Gordon there, too.
When it's a question of Robin's safety, I don't entirely trust myself. I'd like a witness present to make sure that I don't employ methods which might bounce back on me in court.
We haven't seen this side of our Batman before, and Robin's been in danger plenty of times. What changed? Gordon agrees. Batman knocks Pauline out with bat gas, then tells Gordon to prepare for the same thing.
I assure you, Commissioner, the sensation is not unpleasant. Your handkerchief.
Great saints.
I'm not sure why O'Hara was surprised. What did he think was going to happen? Did he think Gordon was going to have time to go change into his jammies? O'Hara really is not very bright. I'm guessing he made police chief as punishment for something he did. The machine in the foreground says Bat Terror Control. I really want to know what that does. He wakes Gordon and helps him out of the car.
Great Scott! At last, the fabulous Batcave.
Unusual, isn't it?
Oh, magnificent. I feel as if I'm awakened in some future age. Such equipment. What fantastic ingenuity you and the boy Wonder have employed in hooking it together.
True. We did muster many long hours of brain power.
There were no dollars involved, of course, just long hours of brain power. Who does Gordon think paid for all this stuff? But there's no time for that now. Batman has a plan.
Take this can of Batwake. When I give you this signal, spray a whiff of it in the prisoner's face.
Certainly.
She's asleep. Why do you need a signal? It's a rebreather mask with the Batman logo on it. How low budget are we getting?
You will notice, Commissioner, that this bat mask in most ways resembles an ordinary operating room oxygen mask. I will introduce no drugs, no serums into Pauline's bloodstream.
I understand.
Now, Commissioner, give her the Batwake, please.
Oh,
He already forgot the signal. Good thing she's still asleep. So what's this mask, excuse me, bat mask, supposed to do?
Where am I?
Deep in the entrails of the earth, Pauline, where every instrument has been designed to combat crime and snare its perpetrators.
there are those who came to this Batcave and never left.
That is true.
It's not going to do much of anything if you don't put it over her nose, too. Has Batman never taken a basic first aid course? She gives them 2 riddles that are supposed to be clues to Robin's whereabouts. Batman takes the mask off her.
Watch very carefully, Commissioner. I'm going to mingle Pauline's captured breath with a clear liquid in this container.
What do you hope to discover, Caped Crusader?
The truth, Commissioner. If Pauline's answers were true, then the oxygen content of her breath will turn this liquid red. If, however, she lied, then the increase in her metabolism will increase the oxygen content of her breath and cause an imbalance, which will leave this liquid clear and undisturbed. Do you understand?
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh yes, I understand perfectly. Red good, clear bad because science.
Now, for the test. Would you squeeze the bag, Commissioner? Thank you.
Unfortunately, Batman moved much too slowly, and all the breath that Gordon had squeezed out of the bag escaped through the neck of the flask and was lost in the air. The test was a complete flop. No, it turns red. She's telling the truth. He puts her back to sleep and gets ready to do the same to Gordon.
But what do those strange clues mean, Batman?
Simple, Commissioner. Look at it in the context of the theme which is run throughout this entire case. Silent movies.
Clue 1, spectacles.
Harold Lloyd, of course. He always wore spectacles, and he was often found perilously balanced on the ledge of a high building.
Chessmen. The Chessman Building.
Right, Commissioner.
Because naturally there is such a building in Gotham City. Why wouldn't there be? Meanwhile, at that very same building...
Coming up, the last reel in our dizzying drama starring the boy wonder going down.
Just as Riddler gets everything set up, has the camera rolling, and is ready to do his big scene that ends with Robin falling to his death, Batman appears.
Robin! Curses! The bat rope. Grab it with your teeth. Hold on, Robin. Tight. I'll ease you back up to the ledge.
At that point, Batman leaned over and asked, "How are you doing?" And Robin said, "Fine!"
You all right, Robin?
Holy molars. Am I ever glad I take good care of my teeth?
True. You owe your life to dental hygiene.
I was gonna put one of those the more you know things up, but I just can't do it. Riddler and his gang escape in a helicopter, but the Riddler just can't help himself.
Look, a riddle.
What kind of machine has ears?
That one's for nursery school. A train, of course. A train has engineers.
You wanna land us all back up in the pen again, baby?
Lackeys, you don't realize these clues have a false meaning.
A cowboy wear a tight belt?
The same reason a policeman or anyone else does. To hold up his pants.
He's gonna steal a train engineer's pants. No, they figure out that he's gonna hold up a particular train that famous movie people used to use, so off they go to save it. Unfortunately, the Riddler is actually on the other side of town at Mr. Van Jones' house to show him his masterpiece, the only silent film of Batman and Robin in action. Van Jones is practically drooling on it. That's the Riddler in the cowboy outfit. Why, you ask? Well, that's so that when Van Jones goes to put the film in his burglar-proof safe with the rest of his priceless collection, the Riddler can do this.
Mr. Van Jones, why are you like a clock at midnight? Answer. Because both your hands are going straight up right now.
What is this?
This is your last reel. Step aside.
But my film! You can't take them. They're priceless.
I think we'll find a price when you try to ransom them back.
The whole thing makes sense now. He told Robin his film was worth at least $1 million. That'll be his minimum ransom amount. The gang, all dressed as cowboys, come in and start packing up the films.
Blazes?
A bad shadow.
Same old ending, Riddler. It never fails.
Good thing the mustache didn't fall off with it. That'd just be silly.
Thought you had his fool with your double-dealing clothes, huh?
The Great Train Holdup. The most famous silent film ever made. And the only existing print is right here in the Van Jones safe.
And why are we talking like this? Ending each sentence rising, as if it's a question?
Get 'em, boys. Get 'em, or we'll never make it to the border.
I love how he stays in the cowboy character the whole time. Let's have a nice fight scene.
Good heavens.
That was different and effective.
About to star in a picture of your very own, Riddler. A long picture.
Hold on, give me a still of that. Are they mocking this famous picture of the 4 dead members of the Dalton gang? It's a little eerie to say the least. In the epilogue, it's Aunt Harriet's birthday. She and Alfred are supposed to meet Bruce and Dick at a restaurant soon, and she can't understand why Alfred is stalling. After all, they said they had a big surprise for her.
And that's precisely what I shouldn't wish you to miss, madam.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Cooper.
Many happy returns.
Merciful heavens to Betsy, it's Batman and Robin.
My friend Bruce Wayne contacted me through the commissioner. He said you'd always wanted to meet the dynamic duo.
Kind of like a birthday surprise, Mrs. Cooper.
The surprise is how much we sound and act like Bruce and Dick. Pay no attention to that, by the way. Just coincidence.
It's an honor, ma'am.
And a pleasure, too.
May we take the liberty?
I think we better run, Batman.
That's right, Robin. We'll be late for that appointment we have tonight.
Happy birthday again, Mrs. Cooper.
Quickly, let's race to the Batmobile.
Oh, Alfred. Alfred, imagine. They kissed me. Will Bruce and Dick ever believe that when I tell them?
Oh, I'm sure they will. After all, I was a witness. Madam?
What can I say about Frank Gorshin that I haven't already said? The guy was the Riddler. His gang is appropriately goofy, but that plot. Oh, that plot. I didn't remember this story and I did not see that coming. When Van Jones commented that he'd agreed to pay the Riddler $100,000 for the film, I figured he was going to try and find a way to extort a lot more money out of the guy. And he did, just not the way I expected. Very well written. Next time, the Penguin returns. With a couple of exceptions, we've been doing a fairly steady rotation of the big three, Riddler, Joker, and Penguin. I'm not complaining, although more Catwoman would be quite nice. And our two previous villains, King Tut and the Bookworm, were pretty meh. I was really happy that they followed that with everybody's favorite and one of the best plots so far. I'm Irving, and I'm an Adamaniac.